Good morning, everybody. I am heading out the door here. It's just a little after 7. Warren got the garden sprinklers going for me this morning. We have to water at least every other day. I'm sorry, I have not brushed my teeth. I know you can't smell, but I feel like I have food in my teeth. We had some eggs and tomatoes and cheese for breakfast. Little coffee. No coconut creamer, sadly. I'm looking for a pail. This one's gonna stink because it had a northern in it the other day, but that's the first one I can find. And I am heading down to the garden here because I need to do some weeding. Warren actually is out shutting off the irrigation engines because the whole entire marsh got watered today. Hello and welcome. If you are new here, I am Jennifer and this is A Country Life, and it is always windy here.
I am Peter.
And there's Peter. You got dressed quick.
Yeah.
He heard I was going out to the garden. He doesn't want to miss a beat.
No,
so,
pick picklers.
oh, you know what? I don't know if we're gonna pick the picklers yet, but yes, so today, you probably clicked on this video because we are gonna make pickles today. Yep, there goes Warren.
Yesterday we had to give one to our chicken because it was already yellow and it was like this big.
Yes, we had one that got a little overgrown. But I feel like I'm rambling a little bit. I was just welcoming anybody who is new, and we have 7 kids. 5 of them are living at home right now. Well, first we're gonna unplug. There we go. I'm gonna turn this around in just a minute, Peter, and give you guys a little peek. Oh, you wanna show us this nice zucchini? Yes, we're gonna pick that zucchini. That is just the right, and we're gonna pick that one for sure. Let's pick these 2 for today. That one will saute up for lunch. This one will turn into chocolate chip zucchini muffins. Yes.
How many will it make?
That'll make a double batch, which will be like 24. What you're hearing in the background is the irrigation engine, and Warren just idled it down, so you idle it halfway down, and it's so foggy it's hard to see, but the sprinklers are just going a tiny bit out there on the marsh, and then he goes to the other irrigation engine, idles that one down, and then he comes back and turns this one off completely. But the garden, you guys, I cannot tell you enough times how happy I am with this weed guard fabric. And this isn't even the like woven fabric that's more of a plastic. This is just your basic landscape fabric. I mean, it is just awesome. Awesome, awesome. Here are the zucchini. You can see we're already getting zucchini here. These are the first 2 we picked. We have some dill, which is awesome. All of the pickling cucumber vines have plenty of cucumbers on to pickle today. The slicers, we've been getting 4 to 5 enormous, enormous cucumbers a day. Okay, Peter's gonna check those out right now. Right here on the edge here, I have cantaloupe or muskmelon, whatever you call it. Those are really coming along nicely. We don't have a long growing season, so I never quite know if we're actually gonna get any or not, but I really wanted to try it this year. And then we had our very first, I'm getting closer to the irrigation engine, but our very first little sunflower. So soon this is gonna be just a yellow, beautifulness.
Yeah, look at all these cucumbers.
Look at them all down there.
And I think that
these are our slicers.
Keeper? No.
Nope, not yet. We picked at least 6 yesterday, so I think we'll let these grow another day. Try to eat up those. The red onions and the yellow onions and the peppers, we're still waiting on blossoms. They're forming. The tomatoes, some of my tomatoes are not looking, I don't know, the leaves always look slightly curled, but some of them just look beautiful. So I'm not really sure, like this one, I'm not sure what's going on with this one. Why it's curling like that.
That one looks beautiful.
But then over here, this one is just gorgeous. it's green and it's upright. The beans, I've mentioned already to you guys, you've seen in a past video, total disappointment. Each of those holes was a seed. And that is what we have. I just weeded this weekend so that I could actually knew exactly where the beans were. I had a little rogue potato come up, so we'll see if that does anything. Corn. Stand by it, Peter. Is it waist high? It sure is waist high. Nice. The carrots, those are coming along nicely as well. I've been just slowly weeding them, trying not to disturb the roots too much, but trying to expose their lacy little leaves so that they...
How big do you think the carrot is, like this?
Oh, no. The carrot is like nothing underneath yet. Nothing. Yeah, just trying to expose their lacy leaves to the sunshine so that they can grow big and strong.
Another dill.
We had a rogue dill pop up through one of the bean holes.
We've got some dill over popping up in the holes by the
onions. We have some dill popping up. So, okay, we're gonna turn this off. We're gonna start weeding. I really want to get the onions here weeded. I have some grass coming up through the holes, so I'd like to work on that here this morning. We also have a plumber coming back yet again today, and the builders are coming back yet again today. The project is going a little longer, I think, than we all anticipated, but it's getting there. We're getting very close to being able to use that bathroom. We can use the sink. The sink is working right now, so we can
mirror.
And the mirror, yeah, we can look in the mirror, can't we?
Yeah.
Yesterday, after the builders left, I went through and cleaned the whole thing, like clean, you know, mama clean, where you wash just down everything, and got it all sparkling, just so I could really kind of go over it with a fine-tooth comb. And yeah, it's looking good. We've had a few little mishaps, but we're getting it taken care of, and I'm so looking forward to being able to use the bathroom again and shower not in the basement in the middle of a room. I have not shown you guys our shower system, but tell us about it, Peter.
It's not good.
You don't think it's good?
No. Like all the steam, it just goes away.
Nothing wrong with that.
It's not warm at all.
Oh, you're right. It is not warm.
Like the littler shower, they had the curtain so the steam would stay in there and it'd be all nice and warm.
And this is just a room in the basement with a shower head in the middle of it. So, but we've all been getting clean. Not a big deal. I need to stop this yakking and weed the garden. Okay, and that right there is a completely weeded garden. It took me, I would say, less than an hour, and I was even up at the house talking with the plumbers and talking with the builders and just kind of making sure that everything was kind of going according to plan up there. And then I ran back down here and finished weeding. And I will show you my weeding bucket. That is how full it is. Not very full at all, and that was the whole garden. Last week when I weeded, so it was like a whole week ago, maybe even a week and 2 days ago or something, I weeded the whole garden, and I think my pail was about 2/3 full. So it's actually, the weeding's getting less and less because the plants are getting bigger. When I say weeding, I'm only weeding the little holes where each of the plants are coming, you know, where I planted each plant. And there is, sometimes there will be a little weed that might pop up through the hole where I put one of those like staples or stakes. A few come through there, but I mean, you just walk through and quick grab them. But I was talking with Emily the other day about weeding, and she's like, what, you did the whole garden? You only got like 2/3 of a pail? Because she remembers the days when we would go out there and everybody would get a pail, and in a row, or actually less than a row, you were already running up to the chickens to dump the weeds. And we would do that. I mean, you'd get 25, I mean more than 25, I don't even know how many, pail upon pail upon pail. So we're just gonna run these over to the chickens right now, and they are gonna be very happy. since we have to keep them much more confined than I guess I would prefer, because, you know, we have a dog who is not learning very quickly at all how to respect the chickens. We do have to keep them more confined, and so they do, well, let me just turn it. Ah, deer fly on my wrist. Okay, so you can see they pretty much just eat down anything that grows up. They even peck through and get everything along the fence line on the outside. So these weeds, you ladies want these? Happy hens. Those are some happy hens. Honestly, these have been the best chickens we've ever had, and we just got them for free. If you remember that video. Nick's old landlord just moved out and left the chickens and said, if you know anyone that wants them, they can come get them. And Nick's like, yeah, I think my mom would want them. So, and they lay 5 eggs every single day. They have been fabulous. I love watching chickens when they kind of like go after each other a little bit, and you know, there's 100 of the same weed, but they all want the same one, just like kids. I just came back outside so that I could go over and well, I'll show you in just a second. I wanted my old flip-flops. Look who has them on. This little shyster. You got to put on your own flip-flops, buddy. Take them off. I want my flip-flops. Yeah, thanks. Where are your flip-flops? Are they outside? Okay, I've got my flip-flops on now. So, what I'm going to do, Warren actually brought just a small pile of dirt for me. This is not ideal timing. I really should have done this a lot earlier, but my second batch of bucket potatoes, I still have not put like the second layer of dirt. You know, you kind of wait for them to come up, wait for them to get to be about, oh, I don't know, 4 to 6 inches tall, then put more soil over them. And I did not get to the second bucket. This is pretty weedy in here, but yeah, so these here, this was like the first batch of buckets I did, and I did get the second addition of soil on them, and they're doing really, really well. No blossoms yet, though, so we're still waiting on blossoms, and then hopefully, but I do see, got something, I don't know, maybe those were blossoms right there, something chewing on them a little bit, but yeah, I'm very eager to see what happens with those potatoes. And then here are the second, oh my gosh, the deer flies, whew. These are, this over here is the second batch. I did 8 more pails, and these are really weedy. I have no idea what's happening to this one. Why? Because none of the other ones have that white striping in there. So anyway, I'm going to cover these in some more dirt and hope that they grow and do their thing. So for lunch here today, I'm just putting together some real quick quesadillas. So I had some chicken left over from the graduation party, and that was already seasoned like fajitas. It was a fajita seasoning. Or was it chicken taco? No, it was chicken fajitas. And I had some of this cheese here. I don't know, this just cracks me up. Shredded Chihuahua brand. I laugh every time I see that, expecting to see something else in that bag. Anyway, that's it. I just buttered the outside. There we go. Pop that on there. As soon as those are toasted on one side, I'll flip them over, and then we'll serve those with maybe some sour cream and some salsa, really whatever. Now I also have some leftover diced tomatoes, and I have some black beans. So in mine, I think I'm going to really doctor it up. But I think the kids would just prefer the chicken and cheese. So that's what's going to be for lunch here today. Since lunch I have just been doing laundry. We walked down to get the mail. What else did I do? I know I've done like all kinds of little things. Warren and I took a walk through in the bathroom. Did I say I did laundry? Yeah. Oh, I made Joe's bed. Yeah, I tidied up a little bit in our room too. So just kind of like a lot of little house things. Still wanting to do pickles. It's something I normally do right away in the morning. And so with everything going on this morning, builders being here and everything, it just wasn't going to work out to do pickles. So hopefully I might still get to something. I do have some zucchini, so maybe I will be in the kitchen here in just a few minutes making zucchini chocolate chip muffins. Made those lots of times before, but never too many. Okay, so I am actually going to get everything, or at least as much as I can, back into the pantry right now. We have to leave things off of 2 of the shelves right now, but I can get everything back in here. So that is what is going to happen here right now. And it always amazes me how all of this somehow fits into that pantry. That amazes me all the time. Okay, so just real life here over the last like 45 minutes. We ended up having so I was putting stuff in the pantry and I look out, I'm like, boy, I feel like I see some people down the road, which should still be like on our property. I'm like, are they on 4-wheelers? And as soon as I went to look for Warren to see if he wanted to go down and check it out and see what was going on, why there was people down there on our property, he was already driving by the house because he had been, he was actually putting dryer sheets in all of the equipment because we've been having a really, really bad mouse problem lately. Oh my gosh. And so a friend of his had just said, hey, have you ever tried dryer sheets? So he was going to try that and try mothballs and see what worked better. But anyway, so he was doing that, and he goes, he hears, you know, the 4-wheelers. That's what it turned out to be, was 3 different 4-wheelers. And then it just turned into, oh, just a mess. I mean, when you have property and then people want to come onto your property and they think that it should be their property because it looks like it's a road, even though it says private property everywhere, people don't like that so much. So we just had some real life going on there, but everybody is kind of like, calm down from that. We're all back to what we're doing. So I grabbed a couple zucchini. Thanks for turning the light on, Peter. So I have one kind of medium, small, I guess that would be, and then one medium zucchini. I'm going to shred these up and we are going to make zucchini chocolate chip muffins. But you know what? I wonder if I have chocolate chips. Okay, I'll be back.
Hi.
What are you doing today, Peter?
Well, right now I'm going to be making a craft.
What kind of craft are you making?
I'm gonna hot glue bottle caps to a piece of paper, and then I'm gonna draw a person.
Early in the season, when we're just getting, you know, a few zucchini or maybe, you know, 2 of them a day, what I like to do is either try to saute them up for breakfast or lunch or something, or shred them quick and turn them into zucchini chocolate chip muffins, which is like our family's absolute favorite. I also like to do like a chocolate zucchini cake. That's really good. Cranberry zucchini bread is a winner as well. So just lots of things like that. But when they start to get to be too many, then I just run a lot of them through my food processor at once, and I like to pack them into freezer bags. Like, it seems like a lot of my recipes call for, you know, 2 cups, or if I'm going to double it, maybe 4 cups, things like that. I kind of look at my favorite recipes and I make sure that I package it in that size amount of, you know, I package it in the amount that I'm going to need. And that just seems to work really well. So then when I do take it out to thaw, obviously, I can just make whatever I want without having like extras. Because if you have a 4th cup extra, undoubtedly it's going to go to waste in the refrigerator. At least at my house, that's what ends up happening. I have not been giving the play-by-play for this recipe because I've made it, I know, so many times on my channel before, but I do also know there's so many new people here too. Welcome. What I did, since I had, let's go over here, I have 4 cups of zucchini between those 2 that I shredded, so I'm just quadrupling this recipe because we like these. So I put all my dry ingredients in here, which is just really the basics. Flour, sugar, baking soda, cinnamon, and salt. Then over into this one, I have my wet ingredients, which is oil and milk and lemon juice and vanilla, and I'm going to have to add 4 eggs in just a second here, and I'll get that all whisked up. And then what I'm going to do is put all of this into here, and I'm just going to mix gently until you know, it's just nicely combined. Then we'll add in the zucchini and the chocolate chips, stir that in, and bake away. Hear Tim Hawkins going in the background, always, always. Old White Man is the song he's singing right now. I will link to Tim Hawkins. He probably has a YouTube channel. Honestly, I don't know, but I'll also link to a few of his videos on Amazon. Super family friendly, super like appropriate for everybody. Just great comedy. Oh, Peter burnt himself on the hot glue gun in the background. So we have a lot of stuff going on. But I'm gonna just get all of the zucchini in here at once. Just use my hand, right? Just use my hand. They're clean. So we'll just kind of fold in. I'm gonna take out that chunk because I know if one of my kids gets that, they'll probably never want to eat one of these again. This is a big batch of muffins.
Oh, that's good.
It is good, isn't it, Peter?
Yeah.
That was a little quality control. I just licked my thumb just to make sure that it tasted right. I got the right amount of sugar in there and salt in there.
Japan? No. Japan.
Look at this big batch. I'm going to throw in this whole bag of chocolate chips. I'm also going to link to a video that I did. I bet it's been 2 summers ago already. And the girls, boy, yeah, Emily was still living at home. And we made in one day well over 100 muffins of like 4 different kinds. And it was such a treat to have those in the freezer. So what we ended up doing is we kept out, I think, around 12 of each of the varieties that we made. And then we put the other ones in Ziploc bags in the freezer. And it was so nice over the course of that, you know, 4 or 5 weeks or so to have muffins in the freezer ready to go. Because, you know, I have like a cake, what do you call it? Like my cake taker. Did I say that right? Cake taker, yes. And I just put my frozen muffins right on there. And then I just put the lid on it. Keeps them kind of safe. If it's summer, it keeps the flies off of them. And then they just thaw really nicely that way. So, okay, I have to get these going. I heard a beep on my phone. All right, so we're gonna head out the door to the baseball game. Amber's just giving this a quick peek for me, and she's gonna put those muffins in. Thank you, we gotta go.